Hello everyone, I'm back. I don't know what has caused me to be so resistant to starting up my videos again. I think I was just enjoying my vacation so much. Somehow I filled up my Junky and I started another one and it's half full. So I didn't do anything in a long time, like anything to film. I would just sit down and throw a few things in, sit down and throw a few things in, because I didn't, because my eye was healing, and so I didn't spend any real time, so I couldn't really film anything. But things, especially for the last couple weeks, have been really good. And I should have been filming, but I haven't been, partly because I had to take a trip, and and I've had company, and I've just been vegging. It's awful. I've just been enjoying spring and just doing different things. So I'm just going to give you a little flip through of this one. Some of this you have seen. Probably my last one. If you've been waiting for a video and you've re-looked at some of the ones, it's going to be a very familiar book probably. And I don't really even have a cover for it. I don't know why. The ice is melting and the mountains are blooming. I don't know. I guess that sounds very springy. I don't even know why I put that on there. I don't remember. I've even got I've got spots I should cover up. This doesn't look like a spring journal at all, but it is. And one of the things that I wanted to tell you is kind of where I'm at with my eye thing. If you're new, just fast forward a little bit. But with my eye thing here, this is kind of like how it was. When I discovered the macular hole, I was driving and I thought, why am I having trouble reading that street sign? And I was sitting at a red light, and I closed my eye, and closed my right eye, and this is what I saw out of my left eye. The street sign that looked like this. It was going in to a point, and the letters were unreadable because they were all twisted up. And I had like a fog or something like a smoggy look over my whole central vision. So of course that led me to go visit my eye doctor and say, I think there's something wrong. Now since then, this is where I'm at right now. If I look at a street sign, I see the street sign as perfect. I see the letters as perfect. I have a little bit of almost see-through fog on over the letters. I can, if I really look hard, I can see through it. Or if I look close, I can see through it. The farther away is harder to see through. And then there's still a little bit of a little bit there. It's going to take 3 to 6 months to get to this point, to where I see the street sign exactly as I do with my right eye. And so that's where I'm at. When I look with both eyes, I don't have any problem with any vision. I don't have any problem reading anything. I have a little bit of, it doesn't look quite normal, but I mean, it's something that definitely could be lived with, and if I never improved any farther, I'm good. Which is why I should have been doing videos a few weeks ago. But I've just been very, very, very busy. And I've since gotten the vaccine, and I've just kind of taken off and done things. I've gone out of the house. I've gone to the casino and played. I've taken a trip. I have spent time with my family, with my daughters and with my sons, and one son, but the other one is in Oregon. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I've done here, and because even some of the pages you've seen I've added to. And so this is just my chunky junky. This is just what I've been doing. I've just been gluing in this book and enjoying it, but I haven't been doing much art. And I know creating pages like this is artistic and they're kind of artsy, but they're really just junky pages that make a chunky book. And I love to do it. And I have so much fun, and I've mostly just used magazine images. Just because that's just, but I was trying to use up some of my stash. So, so there's that. But anyway, this is kind of what I've been doing. I've been kind of having, I started off the book by just putting, I have so much scrapbook paper. I just put scrapbook paper as a background. But like I say, I'm not really finished with this book, but I've gotten another one in another area of the house. And so I've been playing with that while I watch TV and so forth. Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. It is kind of a funny story how that happened. Don't know, can't tell you, but I'm sure it must be. Anyway, and then this, I got a nice Easter card from my sister. Farther in the book, it shows the cover. But I didn't want to throw away the middle part, so I thought, well, okay, I'll throw that away. I mean, I'll put that over this page. I happen to like this gift wrap. I don't know what appeals to me about the gift wrap, but I liked it, and so I had a hard time covering it up, but I did just because I think my favorite part is the little girl. Start with art. Yeah, that's fun. I love, I just love that. I don't know if I should be talking all the way through this or not, but I'm going to, just because I haven't talked to you in such a long time. And, one of the things that I was going to ask you at the beginning, if you want to make a comment, I saw a little quote. It said, it's the little things in life that are really the best. And so what kind of little thing do you really appreciate that makes your life happy? And so I started thinking about that. What kind of little thing? And right now, one of the little things that really make my heart happy is when I'm out and I see flowers growing in people's yard. And actually it makes me happy to see the flowers growing in my yard, because last fall I planted tulips and daffodils and hyacinths, and all of them came up and all of them did beautifully. And I'll show you. I'll stick a picture in here. So that you can see my flowers. I just love them. Tell me what is something that's just a little thing that makes you happy in the comments, because there's probably not going to be anything you can say about this video, because it's just a video looking at my junky pages. I just thought he was just very cute. Come on in, take one and pass it on. Yeah, let's have a Hershey bar. That's one of the things I'm really enjoying about doing kind of a keto and eating kind of low carb. I feel like I have a lot more energy, and you get to have chocolate, and I'm loving it. Now, you don't get to have a Hershey bar, but you get to have chocolate. You can have Hershey's cocoa, and I can eat the unsweetened Hershey cocoa bar, unsweetened, just like a bar. I have gone from the, all of the levels to like 85% unsweetened. I did that. I've always loved dark chocolate, And suddenly I realized that completely unsweetened is delicious. So I love that. I have a lot of little things that I'm just putting, you know, instead of just putting one little thing on my I love that. It's not weird between friends. That makes me laugh. I've been putting a lot of things. Oh, now I did get a very nice Easter card from Mary, and she had all these cute little llamas in here, and papers and little tags. You know, there's several stuck on here. Anyway, that was just so cute. And she had a little tag here, which I made into, which I put a little belly band. No, it's not a belly. It's not a belly band. It's a little pocket. I put a little pocket in there, and this also is a little stack of Post-it notes. I knew I would come up with that name. Post-it notes here, little stack of Post-it notes, little stack of tiny Post-it notes that I can use later, but right now they're going to be stored there, because if I store them anywhere else in the house, I won't find them when I want them. You've seen that. That's just an old picture I just found that I painted. Okay, this was fun. I just kind of had fun with that. You may have seen that. I don't know. I don't even know what you've seen, what you haven't seen. I love this. This reminds me of my little Gracie, and we gave her to my husband as a pup, and she was an AKC, but she wasn't 100% black. She had little tiny few hairs of white on her, so I guess she would be considered a tuxedo black lab. I love this. That was my husband and I, when we go to the movies, we love to have popcorn. I didn't care about having a drink. He always had to have a drink, you know, some sort of a beverage, and we, unfortunately, I would say we never held hands in the movies much, because we're just an old married couple. And they're an old married couple, and they're still holding hands. My husband and I, you know, we weren't real mushy. But one of the things is, it makes me laugh here, is because his eyes, almost always, he fell asleep in the movies. Unless it was something like a Star Wars movie or something. He would fall asleep in the, well, he would fall asleep in the movies that I picked. Okay, let's just clarify that. Okay, in Bacon We Trust. I am loving having all the bacon I want. I just think that's just best. And, you know, I've dropped a few pounds, and it's nice to eat things you really like and to not have it become a problem. So, yay for the pigs. I love bacon. Unfortunately, though, I don't get to have carrots, and I am a carrot person. When I was growing up, I just think the best thing is to read a book and either eat carrots while you were reading a book or popcorn. So I loved both of them while I was reading. Just a pretty page, just pretty pastels, pretty springy, taste of the tropics, love all that. Just found all those different images in a magazine, throughout the magazine, and combined them all into one page. Just too fun. My day in cups of tea, well, not really. There's not even a cup of tea on there. I don't know why I put that on there, but there is a coffee. I do have oh, there's the tea. Okay, I see it. I see it now. I see Yoo-Hoo, which I can't have right now, but was always one of my favorites. Yoo-Hoo coffee, Palm. I love pomegranate juice. And this picture I think is hilarious. I see it all the time in magazines. It's an ad for female products. But I put that on top of it, and I drew the little eyes in the mouth. I don't know where that comes from. Here we go, a lady, she's putting a pomegranate up there. I don't get to have any of this stuff, but I do love to go in stores where you see that. This reminds me of like a Cracker Barrel. And I love going into stores like that. So anyway, I like that page. Oh, well, I don't know where this is. I don't know what this is. I guess I was going to put that on here. My doctor's concerned about my high blood pressure. I told him next time, don't leave me sitting in the waiting room for 2 hours. Okay, I cut that out. Has nothing to do with skiing. I think I just put this in here because it was purple and this page was purple, which is kind of dumb because you don't want it to just blend in. It's almost like camouflaged. Okay, don't forget about earthquakes. Let's just remember that an earthquake can happen anywhere in the United States. So don't forget that. I want you guys all to remember, wherever you are, you're at risk. I'm just so, I am just, yeah. Happy 20, which I thought was kind of interesting. Bullet Bourbon Frontier Whiskey. My daughter has been going to, or has gone to bourbon factory, distillery. But I put this in way ahead of time. I've been hearing about this trail of bourbon, and I don't like bourbon, but, and I think bourbon is kind of sweet or something, so there's probably high carbs. So I'm probably not going to have any bourbon, but eventually I would like to go to a bourbon distillery and look around. I think I did years ago when I moved to Louisville. And I went to a distillery there, and I went to a cigarette factory where they made, remember, Tareyton cigarettes? That was what I smoked back then. And for a few years, I was a smoker. And anyway, so I was very excited to go to the cigarette factory, and they gave us packages of cigarettes as samples. I was a happy camper. This just some old pictures. California, my old stomping grounds. That's where I grew up, right outside of San Francisco. And I am going to be planning a train trip out there. And I already looked it up. It's going to be quite expensive because I'm going to try and go the northern route up across the top of the United States, hitting Seattle, down all the way through California. And it'll be through the middle of California to San Francisco, and then the coast to LA. And then hopefully hit somewhere near Abilene, and then into back to my house. And my trip that I was looking at and I was planning is about a month long. So I don't know when I'm going to take it, because I can't take it now because this is gardening season. I want to do my garden. I want to plant vegetables. I want to plant tomatoes. If I just don't want to live another August, September without my fresh tomatoes. I so enjoyed them last year. Times have changed fashion-wise. Okay, there we go. Take a look at those. Drama explodes. Yeah. Those shoes and those socks, come on. Come on. Some of these fashion magazines I just don't get. Especially the ones that are all dressed up beautifully and they're wearing Crocs. Yep. I just kind of had fun with some putting heads on bodies. I just thought she was just as cute as she could be. And so I thought, well, she belongs to a page on herself, and she looks like a person that's going to take some risks. You know, she does. She's dressed beautifully, and yeah, you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Leslie, from the 60s, very popular singer. What's the latest chatter? Yeah, all of these guys. I thought, you know, sometimes you just hit on just the right little words. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. I'm breathing in, and I'm gonna end up burping my way through this. Okay, this is a Haagen-Dazs, but they do have keto bars that look just like that, and they are so good. Here's to your health. Always Campbell Kids. When I was growing up, I used to cut out of magazines all the time. We used to build families. The Campbell's Kids were a big score when we had a magazine, if we could get the Campbell Kids. So yeah, that was really nice. What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. So that was one of my page starters that I had set up, and I thought, well, I'm going to use up some of these page starters because I made them. And like always, I make things and then I don't use them. I send them off to other people or whatever. I love pears. I love pears, but only when they are just right. I don't like them if they're too hard. I don't like them if they're too, well, mushy. They're really good. The more ripe they are, the sweeter they are. And I love a very soft, sweet pear. I just love pears. But I never hardly buy them because they're very seldom right. They're very seldom right. But I do remember that when my husband passed away, my niece sent me a big basket of all kinds of things, and all the way through it were these pears, and they were delicious. Delicious. They were very comforting. I was very happy to get that. Let's see here. This was fun. This was all the, I got all these yellow washi tapes, the yellow batch. She had a pink batch, a blue batch, a green batch, and a yellow batch. And I bid on the yellow batch. And anyway, I made, oh, well, I don't want that. I made that. And it also came with this. This is washi here, which I liked. What is, oh, there, that's the one that's pulling. Okay, that needs to be pushed down. Pushed down all the way. I did glue those, I thought, yeah. So anyway, and she was just adorable, and she just fit in right there, and I love that. And I like that. I always like to use the when I'm done with my stickers, I like to pull the whole backing off and use them somewhere. Sometimes they show through, like in this part of it, sometimes they don't. Doesn't look like the sticker's gone, but there's some napkin here and some washi tape and just some really fun stuff. Oh, I did like this washi tape. And a matter of fact, I got some. Did I get that in this? Yes, I got that in this. And I got a Get Well card from Janet Nash, and she had a little cluster that had that same washi tape in it, or similar. It was like that. So anyway, and I just love that. And I also try to watch when I go to the bins to see if there's any old measuring tape that's all scrungy and yucky, and I'll buy that. Let's see. Oh, here. And when I last showed you this book, when I was very first new at it, I think I saw that picture and I cut it out or something, and I didn't think I was going to use it. I thought that I would never use that. I don't remember. I probably should look back, but I don't remember anything about that. But I remember thinking when I put it in here, they'll see I actually did use it. Who knew that it was going to be months later? You've already forgotten, I'm sure. I do still want to go to see Mount Rushmore. And oh, look. Isn't that cute? I found that in the bins, I think. Oh my gosh, I probably should write these things down. I believe I found that in the bins, and I was just tickled to death. Now this part you saw, I'll just quickly go through this. This is the, in North Carolina, there's like a Wizard of Oz park that's open a few days or maybe 1 week every year. And they did a spread on this in the North Carolina paper. And look at that, they have a yellow brick road and all that. I would love to go. I would love to go. And the characters are always dressed up and wandering through the park. And they probably do a show and everything. No Place Like Home. This is not part of it. I just added her just for fun. This is the old tornado house that you can kind of walk through. I added this one, and I added a little bit about the park. It's called Land of Oz, with a magic moment stage show and so forth. But anyway, so that's that was fun, and I did that before. You know, I kind of feel bad because he looks like such a nice, friendly person to stick him there, but I thought he just looked very cute. Turn on the charm, C-H-A-R-M. I always think that's cute. I do pick up scrapbooking magazines once in a while, and I see a little spread that I like, so I throw that in my books just because I like it. And this is just all things I just happen to like. I love these little towels, souvenir towels, dish towels. My mother-in-law always bought those, I guess, or was gifted those, but anyway, she saved all of them up and she made a quilt out of them. And I think my daughter has that quilt, but I always thought that was so clever of her to make that quilt. And it was just a tied quilt. It wasn't anything really fancy, but I just thought that was really, really interesting. So when I see this page, I think of her. Spanky, remember our gang kids, that we called them Little Rascals when I was growing up, and we watched them all the time on TV. I think they definitely came on Saturday mornings. Well, I guess that's what we watched. We watched them on Saturday mornings because during the week we went to school, and they didn't come on at night. You know, we never watched that kind of stuff at night. So it must have been Saturdays. We watched the Little Rascals. We watched Sky King. One thing I always watched as a kid was Mickey Mouse Club. I remember absolutely having to be there for that in front of the TV. Okay, what's the big deal here? I like this page. I like this page. I just think that's fun. I love the children reading. I was a reader. Oh my gosh, I was a reader until I started doing art. And now, anytime I would like to sit down with a book, I end up in, what I need to do is I joined Audible so that I could listen to books while I do art. But I really don't. I get too involved in my art and I don't pay attention to the story. Isn't that kind of dumb? But anyway, you've seen this page. I added some to it. Here's all these masks that kind of look kind of nice. And I redid that page. I loved it with just that, but then I added the flowers over it and I liked it. And I think I even already showed you that page. Just for those. I covered this up. I don't know what it said. It must have said wonder, I guess. I'm not sure why I covered it up. I could have cut that off. I wonder if that'll come up. But here we go. Be wonderful. Yeah. Look at that. You know, I mean, just dress like you like. And I thought she looked great sitting in the flower and, you know, resting her foot on the flower little ottoman thing. And then Into the Wild is a place in North Carolina, because I'm taking all this stuff out of the North Carolina magazine, which I absolutely love, and my subscription has ended. I'm really sad about that, but it was like $20, and I'm not going to spend $20 on a magazine, even though I do like it. But anyway, birds and bears, oh my. But yeah, you can go to like an Into the Wild, some sort of a nature park, and I just loved that bird. And it's just off I-95 somewhere in North Carolina. And then of course this is the view. I love North Carolina. Oh my gosh, an empty page. Okay, here we go. This is a card I found in my stash from a long time ago, from years ago. But this YouTube channel is Sylvia 5INC, And I don't think that, I think when I looked it up, she hadn't done any videos in quite a while. I don't know if she's still watching, but hi Sylvia, I remember you, I love your card, and you wrote me a nice little note, and you participated in one of my giveaways, and doesn't that card look pretty on this page, especially with this little bunny here? And it was all Eastery time when I did that, and I'm very happy with that. Okay, together we can create a world worth sharing. And I like that, I like that, I like those. And these do not belong on there. They don't make any sense. Of course, can you see, you know, oh gosh, I gotta remember to not get that glare. I've probably got glare all the way through this. Together we can create a world. But anyway, those don't fit. But I wanted to finish up that sticker page, so I just put them there, even though when I'm putting them there, I don't even like it. So there you go. That's just a page to irritate me. That's what it is. Gosh, you know, I wish I could see if this page is, if I'm glaring. Well, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I stood up here and I'm gonna see here. And oh, I could maybe make that a little bit bigger. But anyway, yeah, okay, the page isn't glaring too badly. So I'm gonna keep going here. Let's see here. Have you ever smashed a cake or anything into someone's face? The only time I did it was at my wedding, and I didn't really smash it badly. It just kind of mushed. But I thought that was kind of funny. And it is simple to do. Just smash a cake onto somebody's face. And oh my goodness, I love cake. And so it does seem like a waste. Unless somebody smashed it in my face, and I'd probably eat it. That's one thing that I haven't found. I did find a pound cake that I could make, but it didn't. I didn't like how it tasted, so I haven't made another one. This is just a page full of background stuff, and it needs a focal. It needs something to be put on as a focal point, and I don't have anything. I don't have anything handy right now. I could maybe put that on there. It's not really a focal point. This is cute. Oh, look. I could glue that back down. Oh, I'm really bad. Oh, I didn't put the... This is so not sticky. I'm going to have to... you know what I do? I turn this all the way down, and then I set it like this on the shelf because I can't, because I'm too lazy to grab all those lids I have over there in the basket. Anyway, and that's been sitting there for a week. So, but it's still soft enough to glue. I thought that was so funny. Bad. He is bad. He is bad. Space shuttle flight. Nothing really to say about that. So space program always interests me. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do about going to the moon. So space kind of scares me. When I was little, my one sister and I, my sister Patty, we used to sit in our bed and look out the window because the bed was kind of pushed up against the window, and we'd sit there in the window at night and we'd talk about space and infinity and if there's aliens, or you know, it was just kind of until we got scared, and then we would stop. We all make bad choices. I cut this guy out 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I have not found just the perfect place, and I decided I'm never going to find the perfect place, and so I just stuck him on here. Had this guy not been here, it might have been perfect. I don't know. That's such an easy thing. Why didn't I ever find the right thing? So anyway, I just finally stuck him on there. But I just thought that was a great image to cut out. And that's just how I think. The new world. Hear your voice. What is this? Why is it? That's a B. And it's probably become something and I've glued over it. Don't know why I do that. Okay, one of my favorite things to do is turn people into fairies. And I think she's the perfect one to turn into a fairy, but she's not on a good page. I probably could have found a little forest scene to put her in. Wouldn't that have been cute? Maybe make her kind of flying or something. Stickers. I bought all these stickers that have absolutely no meaning to me, so I'm throwing those in here and there. I used to love to walk in the rain, and we walked to school every day, so we always had raincoats, and sometimes we even had rain boots. Sometimes we had rain, yeah, we pretty much always had rain boots and raincoats, because we walked, we walked to the end of our street. We walked around up around this corner, and then to the end of we crossed a couple streets. So we walked a good distance to school, to our elementary school. This is fun. I think all these things are very springy. A could-do list for August. Exercise when it's cool in the morning. Eat a little lighter in August. Write a postcard or a letter once a week. Dive into deep water. Listen to live music. Flavor water with fresh fruit and herbs. You know, I need to do that a little bit more. Enjoy being idle. Well, I enjoy that all the time. Stuck in a chocolate bar. Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought that. This is one of the things I've been trying to use up. I've had that in my stash forever, and I thought, okay, I will just use that up. And added some lips to this guy. Accidents may happen. I was trying to make the baby look weird. I had an alien on there. Then I put a dog's head on there. And King Dad, you know. I had this accidents may happen forever. And could never find a spot to use it. This is kind of neat. Some things last longer. There are some moments you'll never forget. Love that. Just tea and enjoying your surroundings. Oh gosh, I better hurry up. This is way running so long. Just things I'm cutting out. State of Grace. I don't even like him. I don't know why I've put him in here several times. Usually I cover up his face. Unique, yes, great idea. He's a thinker, and it just worked out so well on that mug. I was very pleased with that. And even the mug had the right color background but without the stars, so it's kind of weird. I like that. That's an irritating point. So I do kind of like irritating points. Warm and fuzzy. My mother always wore fuzzy slippers. Always she wore fuzzy slippers. So that reminds me of my mom. Strengthen your hand. This was just an advertisement. You can buy this little plant or this pot. It's got a little North Carolina on it. I love that page, the Bohemia page. I added this, and this didn't work, but I left it there. Okay, just some pages. I had fun. I think when I first started doing art, someone says, find a character and draw your character. So that was the character I drew, but I don't hardly ever draw that character. Although I do like to draw that flower. But I don't hardly ever make that flower into a character. But I call her Miss Daisy. I think I had another name for her years ago. I probably should look back on some of my early videos. I'm sure I gave her a different name. Okay, I like that. I tore that out and it tore up, and I thought, oh, I can't use it. And I thought, yeah, I'll use it. I don't care. Oh my goodness, when I was a kid, we read the movie magazines. Loved the movie magazines. This I loved. I loved doing that page. I think I did it with you already once before. And I have this, Hello Fall. This is my spring book. So, okay. But Sylvia Strickland sent this to me in 2017. And I came across it in my stash, and I thought, I'm putting it in here. I probably should put it up there. But I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. I think I'm waiting for fall. Or I should go back and put it in one of my fall journals. Thank you, Sylvia. This was a vintage book from 1936 that I cut up. And this was one of my starters that I made. I just take a piece of background paper and glue an image on it. I don't know if the starters really work so well, but it kind of gets me started on a page. I don't have to think about getting it started. Another page that is just ready to play. I love this calendar. There was all kinds of things with those kind of characters. They weren't all owls. This paper was white and with the purple and pink and green stars. I'm just into stars right now. I love to use stars in everything. I'm just loving stars. Anyway, the pink, I painted the page pink, and then the pink came through that. So I just need a nice little, I need a fun focal image for that. Let's see, something like that. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh my gosh. I love this. Now see, I've gotten something on it. I hope that maybe I could baby paint white over it. But yeah, this is from Mary, and this is from Mary Crochet, and she sent me that, and it hangs in my studio. But wouldn't that be pretty with something like that on there? Something not pink to bring out the pink background. Oh, I skipped a page here. Oh yeah, I don't want to skip her. And I love this. My mom had a bowl. She had a ceramic bowl, like a big clamshell, and she used to put potato salad in it. Oh my gosh, just love that. Here's that brute thing again. I love it. It's not brute. It's I love, absolutely love. Did I tell you how much I love those perfume samples that comes in magazines? So I tear them out, I put them by my bed, I rub them all over me at night, and I fall asleep with all this lovely scent all around me, wafting around so gently, so lovely, and I can't smell it in the morning, but I love perfume samples, and that's how I use them. So anyway, that was from a perfume sample for men. And I don't care, they can be men, women, whatever. Expect big things. Well, I do. I expect big things to happen. I like this. That's so cute. This is neat. I love this. Oh gosh, there's so much to see on these. I just really like this. Here's another page. That's what the stars look like without the pink background. They're actually probably prettier, but anyway, I bought a thing here in at the bins that somebody made like a wreath. And they put those around a big styrofoam thing, and there were hundreds of those, and I took them off and I cut them up, and I put them everywhere. I still have a bunch of them. I love them. I just always seem to look nice wherever I stick them. Okay, let's see. I think I need to keep it tilted up like that to show, so it doesn't, I think it gets the glare when it's down like that. Okay, cornflowers. I love cornflowers, so I had to have that. I didn't know what to do with all these, so I just stuck them on there. A feel-good field. Yes, see, like I like to walk through gardens like that. That page I think I did a video when I was doing that page. If you remember. And that is a real flower. And the surprising thing is that leaf stayed through winter, through snow, through weeks of below freezing temperatures. And they have come back and they're getting much bigger. And that's coral bell leaves. So I was really surprised by that. You are not built to shrink down to less, but to blossom into more. And it is a good statement, because it is true. We are supposed to blossom. Our lives are supposed to blossom. But I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the life, you do kind of shrink down. So there's some, ambiguity there about that particular statement. But here's somebody blossoming, and I like that. She is just enjoying. And I cut it all out, and did you notice that I drew in this pattern? Because I didn't want to cut out that pattern. So I just drew it in. Cut her out, then I drew in the background. An empty page. I like these little precious moments things. I don't buy them, but I see them in magazines and I like them. And I particularly like that. Just you and me with an ocean view. My husband and I retired to Florida, and I talked about this already, so that's why that's there. We did love to go to the beach, and we love to sightsee around Florida. And that's true. I would read a book. He would look at his phone. That is just us. That was us back in the day, because back in the day when we were doing that, I wasn't all that interested in what was on the phone. I wasn't that interested in social media. So anyway, here's another one, the stars, or I used all the stars and I pulled off the sheet and put it on here. Is that just a cool outfit, a cool model picture? This is metal and some fabric ribbon. I just like how that all worked together. And I don't know what that guy has to do with anything. That's like me, a bull in a china shop. But he's not in a china shop. He's where he should be, out in the wild. Dorset tea. I like this picture. I like several elements of this picture that I used previously. And so I went ahead and put that in because I remember what the whole picture looked like. You guys don't, so you probably think, okay, that's kind of a nothing picture. Play, and he's riding this goat thing. I put a different face on him just because I'm ornery. Could be doing things here. I love watermelon. Oh, another thing that somebody says, what are the 3 foods? If you could only have 3 foods for the rest of your life, what would they be? And I was thinking, and I thought I would have spaghetti, I would have watermelon, and I would have like a spaghetti dinner, like the spaghetti I make. I would have that. I would have watermelon, and I would have a chocolate banana cream pie. That gives me a little fruit in there too. But yeah, that would be my 3 things I would pick. Do you have 3 things? Of course, you don't have to say, because it's never going to happen. I thought this was really pretty on there, and I never found anything to stick on top of it. I mean, these pages don't really make any sense. Cat purring, happy birthday. This was to my mother, but my nephew's wife, she makes all of her birthday cards, and I covered up the part of, I don't know, I put this fabric behind what she made here. So anyway, that's how that went. Yeti, I love my Yeti mug. Just some books. This I got out of of A Daphne's Diary, Goodbye 2019, Hello 2020. It's a great little book. I'm going to adapt it for something someday. It's a nice little book. But it's definitely a winter book, so it's going to live in here for now, and then next time I look in this book, I'll think, oh, I was going to do something with that. Oh, here's this. What did I see? I just saw this on my desk. Go RVing. That's what I want to do. I want to go RVing, and I had my opportunity. My daughter was here, and she wanted me to go with her to Memphis, and I just could not do it. I just was too tired from the recent trip and from all the company, and I was going to go down to Kentucky. We would stay in Kentucky one night, stay in Nashville 2 nights, and then on to Memphis and see Graceland, and I just couldn't do it. So sad. You know, now I'm kicking myself, of course. Now I'm kicking myself because I really want to go RVing. Okay, does anyone remember spring? It seems like spring keeps coming and then leaving, coming and then leaving. But that's kind of how spring is. I like that. That was a card. I don't think it was a card that I was given. I think my mother was given that card. I saved a lot of the covers of her cards because my mother saved every card she ever got. So unfortunately, before I got to them, a lot of them were thrown out. But when I finally realized they were throwing all the cards out, I went through all of them and I cut up a bunch. Okay, this is another page. It was just a page, nothing fancy. Another just a page. I love that little cat, that little blissful expression. So cute. This is fun. This is kind of like how I do. I just throw things up on the wall, helter skelter. There we go. This is Easter seals, which I thought were very cute. And I thought, okay, well, I'll put them in the book like that, and I will maybe eventually use some because I can peel them off. And if I peel enough off, then I cover it up. And I thought this was trying to use up some stash by throwing some jewels on there. This is a train in North Carolina. I think it's called Tweetsy Railroad or something. And I think that's isn't that one that toy? And I did see that. One time when we went on a dinner train. Okay. Oh, here's the full, well, almost the full page. Oh, here's that little kitty cat. Here's part of that page that I still want to use somewhere. From that corn lady, she's holding the corn. Remember, I said I still like that too, and that's really neat. I don't know why. I just like that. This was given to me by Christina, and this was a vintage napkin, or not a napkin, a vintage handkerchief. And yeah, look at this, just empty pages galore here. I got my vaccine, and they gave it to me when I got my first one, but they didn't give me anything for my second one. Bad. And I survived. I didn't have too much trouble. I had, let's see, what did I have with it? I did get the rash. The second time it was Moderna, so I got the Moderna arm rash. And wasn't bad. Didn't affect me at all. And what else? Oh, I got the achies. I got the achiness. And I think that was it. This is just a mishmash of a bunch of things. This is just vintage cutouts. I love anything vintage. I love to see pages like that. Oh, I accidentally did a picture of myself and it came out huge. So why waste all that ink? Okay, we'll just put it in a book. Some more vintage fun stuff. Oh, now there's a dress I could live in. Yeah, especially when I was a teenager. I would have loved that. Here's another thing where I'm trying to add people to an image and so forth, and make a visual scene. Not one of my strong suits. And again, my stars. I love that tissue paper. I think I still have some. Yep. I think pink is one of my favorite colors. And I like these pages. They're just fun for me to look at. I just think about when I found the pictures and all that. Enjoy the wildlife. Wouldn't it be neat to have a dog that big? That would be so cool. Earth Day is my dad's birthday, which is the little rhyme. And here's the little, I love that little money thing. No rhyme or reason to why I'm putting anything on here. This is me after a gluing session. Okay, I need to, oh, now here's another little scene that I was doing. And then here's the Queen of Hearts, which is what my husband used to call me. The Queen is here. And the King. Why was the fish's mother disappointed with his report card? All of his grades were under C. Da, 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 bum, ba, da, bum, boom. Finally, I got my lawn mowed just the way I want it. Like, nobody lives here. Oh, finally I got my lawn looking just the way I want. Like, nobody lives here. I am seeing. I showed you how I could see. What's in your stars? Oh, I need to put stars all over. But definitely that's not in my stars right now. They don't have any keto ones. Have it your way. I did find some Chinese food I could have. I love Chinese food, and I love Mexican food. So that's my thing. That's my thing. If I ever go out to eat, that's what I want. Although I do love, Texas Roadhouse. I love their steaks. And I thought all these coffee. I remember the Maxwell House one. We had that a lot. We didn't have A&P. We didn't have any of these other ones. But I still like vintage. I love vintage pages. Alice's Adventures is kind of a modern thing. But I'm not seeing anything about Alice in there, so I have to find some Alice stuff. I've got lots of Alice stuff to put in there. But I do kind of save it for my Alice book that I started working on, and I haven't done much to it. Maybe I'll get into this. I think I cut out one of these. These are, I put them on both pages. These are her old pajamas, and I didn't want to throw them away because I love the little kitty cats. But not only are they old, they're old, they're faded, they're not as bright, a pretty yellow as they used to be. But I wore these and wore them and wore them and wore them and wore them and wore them, and I never wanted to get rid of them. And finally they were I just couldn't do it anymore. So instead of just throwing them away, I cut them up, put them in my book. My pajamas. Okay, and I wish I had done it to several other pairs that I did throw away before without realizing I could put them in a book. This gift wrap I think is just so neat. I love it. And there's always hope when you plant a garden. There's always hope that I'll be there to see the results. This is pretty. I love those greens. I love the greens with this page. I just really like that. Today, tomorrow to keep. See you all soon. Snack local through time. And I love cats, and they don't have to be little kitty cats. They can be the big ones. So anyway, so that's my book, and I'm just going to put this up the way it is. Okay. Because I'm not, if I stay and try to edit this and cut out all the stupid things I say, that were really dumb, I probably won't put it up. Okay, bye-bye.